Okay, so today I'll be reviewing Apple's brand new 13-inch MacBook Air, which runs Intel's last-gen Core 2 Duo chipset and utilizes flash storage much like the iPad and iPhone does. My particular 13-inch model has 128GB of flash storage, runs the NVIDIA GeForce 320M with 256MB of dedicated video memory. It also boasts a resolution of 1440x900 and has a 1.8GHz Core 2 Duo CPU with an insane pixel density, much like the iPhone 4, coupled with 2GB of DDR3 RAM, which is expandable to 4GB. As usual, I'm going to start with the bad and leave on the good, so we leave on a positive note. Just before I head in the review, I just want to say this laptop is just incredible. So the only bad things about this device are: 1, sometimes Wi-Fi will drop out and cause it some internet disruptions, and 2, this machine is not exactly a beast in terms of power for its price, and finally 3, it does not have backlit keys. So the pricing is quite bad for the specs, and the specs themselves are quite poor, and doesn't come with backlit keys. Now those 3 cons were just scraping the bottom of the barrel, because this laptop is just simply incredible. Never have I had such an amazing experience with an Apple laptop. It's not a fucking sales pitch. As you may know, I always try and avoid Apple's laptops at all costs. Simply because A, I believe they're overhyped, and B, they overheat and are pretty damn heavy to carry around all day. The MacBook Air at the time, and I'm talking 2008-2009 here, was just not a feasible option, as it was just way too underpowered and just way too overpriced, and it had problems coming out of it. Apple has really done something right this time, and you Windows users that watch my videos know I'm not a fanboy. If you have not checked out the MacBook Air, do yourself a favor and do so. So let's move on to the pros of this laptop. 1, there's no heating issues which plague Apple's laptops and most laptops on the market. This thing, I swear, runs ice cold even in a hot humid room. It's just amazing. The flash storage is insanely fast. The machine boots in a matter of 10 seconds or less. Okay, so I'm going to time shutting it down right now. So I'm going to go ahead and click shut down and start. Okay, so about 3.9 seconds to shut down, and we will reset that. It's about 3.9 seconds right there. It's just about 13.4 seconds to hit the desktop. That's from the actual bong that you get. Otherwise, from the actual click time where you physically click the button, it's 13 seconds, which is damn impressive. I originally thought it was going to be slow like the iPhone or iPad's onboard flash storage. Apparently, Apple's flash storage, within the MacBook Air of course, has a consistent read and write speed of about 160MB a second, which is very impressive considering this laptop's form factor. And not to mention, there is a third-party manufacturer that will be releasing a 250MB per second read and write drive for the MacBook Air soon. 3, the screen on the 13-inch is very nice, and it has a great pixel density, and the resolution of 1440x900 really pushed me to get this machine, being that the 11-inch only has a resolution of 1333x768, and in the store it looked like any other screen. 4, the 13-inch comes with an SD card slot, so for people who work with a lot of video or photos, that is definitely a pro for you. 5, the weight. It's incredibly lightweight and portable. You could hold it all day and not get tired. It's very lightweight. 6, the battery life is actually 5 hours, well, 4.5 really. But Apple tends to release statements that claim their laptops get 5 hours of battery life, and then when you get it home and put it to use, you only get about 2 hours. Well, let me tell you, this thing gets 4 hours and 30 minutes of normal use. Now, I stress normal because to me, normal use is using Pages, YouTube, Keynote, Word, whatever, and surfing the internet all at once. So yes, you do get ridiculous amounts of hours to burn through while you're multitasking, which would be good for uni students who need this, and by this I mean having that 4 hours and 30 minutes of multitasking without having to give it a single charge. And not to mention, it has up to 30 days of standby time. That is incredible. 7, the sleek profile of this machine makes it look very nice. Of course, that's purely aesthetic, but it makes the MacBook look quite chunky. I believe at its thinnest point it is 0.11 inches thick, and at its thickest point it's 0.6 inches thick, I believe. 8. This machine is very capable of handling simple tasks, such as watching HD YouTube content, word processing, low-end photo editing, iMovie productions, and a few others. But if you need some power, definitely do not go with this machine, because it does lag on iMovie, which I'll demonstrate now. So I'm going to go ahead and open up iMovie so I can give everybody a quick demonstration of it. So I have the unboxing loaded up in here. Now you can see if I it doesn't look very laggy, but when you go to hit let's say we want to go export movie, we'll go HD, desktop, my first project, whatever. Give it some time. And you see it does struggle on this type of stuff. So missing media, yeah, this was from a while back. So anyway, that would have taken about half an hour. So it does take a long time to export that kind of stuff, because the process is not, you know, within the Core series. It still does run the Core 2 Duo, which is a bit of a downfall. So it's capable of doing the simple tasks, but just not powerful enough to handle the more intensive tasks. Gaming would most likely not be feasible on this machine unless it was World of Warcraft or COD with the lowest settings. 9. The MacBook Air now comes with 2 USB ports and a mini display port, which can power a 30-inch display at a resolution of 2560 by 1600. 10. I like the fact they kept the silver bezel instead of moving it to black glass, because it does distinguish this particular notebook from the rest of the MacBook line, which is awesome. The indentation on the bezel is also extremely minimal, so it does not look out of place at all. 11. The MacBook Air has the same great full-size chiclet style keys as the MacBook and Apple Wireless keyboard has, and they didn't scale it down for either model, being the 11-inch or the 13-inch, which I love. 12. The unibody enclosure just makes this machine a step above any other MacBook Air. Talking about the previous gens, of course. It feels extremely tough, and I definitely don't think it would break easily. It features the giant glass trackpad now, which surprisingly they improved upon. It now mimics more of a rough physical click like that of a mouse, whereas before it was kind of a soft click type of thing. It's pretty hard to explain. You'd have to go into a store and use it to understand what I'm talking about. And 13, it comes equipped with a FaceTime camera, and it's full featured in terms of having a mic, 2 USB ports, and comes with new MagSafe power adapter, which for the MacBook Air is very full featured. Overall, I really love this laptop and all it has to offer, but for those who want to sell your MacBook Pro and buy one of these, I would advise you not to unless you're just doing simple tasks, in which case this is an incredible machine for you. I give this product a 9 out of 10 overall, which is an extremely high mark from me, and I strongly recommend everyone to check it out. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more.